Hi, it's Cheri Hardman, getting ready to share another great episode of Heavy Petting with Cheri Hardman, where comedians talk about their pets and their love lives. I just want to say be sure to subscribe to my channel or my page. However, wherever you're seeing this, subscribe. It helps me, but most importantly, it helps you to know when there's new content coming out. And with that, enjoy the show. All right, welcome to Heavy Petting with Cheri Hardman. Today's guest is Zygy Susser. Hey, Zygy.
Hi, Cheri.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm you?
I'm good too. I'm glad you made it.
Yeah,
And,
thanks.
we had to play with our time a little bit, but we got it. I think that's why there's not that many people watching live because, people might still be at work, but that's okay. So we record these and then we have one version on YouTube, one version on Facebook, and then one version as a podcast. So people will be able to see it later if they're not
Cool.
watching right now. But we usually get a lot of views on the live. So,
Good.
So tell me about Charlie.
Charlie's a green-cheeked conure. I'm going to try to get him back, so give me a second. Okay. Charlie, come here.
I was going to make a green cheek joke, but I decided not to. There he is.
So he's a boy. He's a male. He's 2.5 years old, and he's very nice. He's very nice. He's a good guy. We've had green cheek conures before, and we like that breed, whatever you're going to call it, and he's good. He's very friendly.
Oh, he looks sweet. Every time he chirped, he had his butt to the camera, and I could see it.
Yeah, I don't know why. When I go on Zoom, a lot of times he faces the other way. I have no idea
really?
why. I like to say he's tweeting, but he hasn't been kicked off Twitter. Go ahead.
How old is he?
He was born in June of 2018. So whatever does that make him, like 2.5 years old?
And then how long do birds typically live?
They say 15 to 20 years, this kind of bird. So that's good. That's good. We had one before him, which lived like 11 years, which was really nice. So we're hoping he lives a long time.
So what does he free fly, like a tongue twister? Does he free fly around the house, or is this just for now, or?
He free flies around the house. Whenever we're home, we open up the cage and he can fly around wherever. We don't like him to stay in the cage at all. When we leave, of course, we don't trust him and we lock him in the cage. And but all the time that we're home, he can be out. And of course, we have screens on the windows. We're on the 5th floor, so it's not like if we open the door, he can go outside or anything like that. So we're pretty careful and stuff. But he I don't know what he likes to. I wouldn't say he gets in trouble, but he likes to go under things, and sometimes it's really scary. Like he'll climb under something, and we don't know where he is, and we'll call him, and he's being sneaky, and he won't answer to his name, and we get hysterical and everything. So whatever, we have to watch him.
Yeah, for sure. So does he like to be around people? Does he like to sit there on you like that, or?
Yeah, he luckily he likes both me and my wife evenly. A lot of times birds pick one person that they like most and maybe bite or don't like the other person, but with him at least it's even that he likes both of us. He hates our daughter though.
Really?
When she was living with us, I guess he saw her as a rival or something, and he would fly to her and bite her. It was horrible. Oh, no. She was afraid of him, and he's got a sharp beak, and he's made me bleed. He's made my wife bleed. Whatever. He has a lot of force because he has to crack open those seeds. Right. So whatever. When she would be in her room and she'd want to come out, she'd text us and say, I want to come out of the room. I would catch him and lock him in the cage and stuff. And I like to use a joke saying that when he wants to come out of the cage, we would lock her up in her room and he could come out. Yeah, whatever. But in general, he likes people. But he does bite. Like every now and then, like he can't talk that much. So sometimes biting, he wants to tell you something. This is going to sound strange, but I'm toilet training him. Like I can tell just about when he's about to poop. Like he starts wagging his tushy a little and starts to back up. So I'll put my finger under his belly and he'll walk right on. Then I'll take him to like a little garbage can and I'll put him at the edge of it. And if he's facing the right way, it falls right in. If he's facing the wrong way, it falls outside.
Right.
So and whenever he poops, I say, make a doo doo. That's what I say. And it's happened so often that now sometimes he'll fly to my shoulder and say, make a do. He can't say do, but he'll say make a do. And I know that means he wants me to put him on that little basket to poop. And
Oh.
once in a blue moon, he'll fly directly there and poop, which is the best,
Yeah.
So that's amazing. That's
I was
amazing.
going to ask about that because I always wonder, and it's like I don't want to like go, isn't your house full of bird shit? Like I don't want to say that, but I was thinking it. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah, it's fun.
interesting.
It is. We do have bird shit all over there. It's small. It's very easy to clean, but we clean it up. We have plastic, under that little garbage can. There's
Hmm.
plastic around it, and there's plastic like under his cage because like there's a porch there, and when he stands on the porch, he'll just poop, and this way I could clean it up very easily and stuff. Just a
Well,
little
that's cool.
water on a tissue, and that's the end of it and stuff. But they do poop a lot. They do poop a lot.
Yeah. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Let me see if I have any other questions. If he was going to write a review about you as a pet owner, what would he say?
I think he likes us a lot. He eats with us. Like whenever we eat, he comes on the table and he'll share our food with us. In the morning, uh, I give him a banana every morning. So like I'll take the first bite to show him that it's not poison or anything,
Mhm.
and then he can eat it. And I feed him before I feed myself. Like I'll give him whatever I think he likes. Like I'll give him a blueberry and a strawberry, and he loves walnuts and a whole bunch of other food. Vets like birds to eat pellets. Like they have these special pellets which are full of vitamins and minerals, and they're the best. And when we got him from the breeder, that's what he raised him on. He was only whatever, maybe a week or two old, and he was hand raised. He was tame, and we started by giving him pellets, but then we let him eat regular food. Now, what are you going to pick? A little rock, a little pebble, or regular food? So he stopped eating the pellets that we made. I don't know if it was a mistake or not. It probably was a mistake. But he doesn't go back to the pellets anymore, and he eats, whatever we give him. And of course, bird seed and the mix that they have in it, with the
Mhm.
sunflower seeds and a whole bunch of other stuff. But he seems to be pretty healthy, and he's good. Like I said, he likes to go under things. Sometimes he'll go under my shirt, under my T-shirt, and
Oh.
just be on my chest. And I'll put my hand over his body, under that he's under the T-shirt, and he'll just be there. I mean,
Hmm.
he just likes it. He likes the warmth. He loves to have his head scratched, and sometimes I'll be scratching his head, and he'll be purring. Like a little kitten, he'll be
Really?
purring. It's the cutest thing. Um, his nails though get sharp. Sometimes we have to like clip them because they get hurt a little, even though he doesn't mean to.
Hmm.
We don't trim his beak because he's got to break open seeds. So it is what it is.
Right.
Um, he's the only bird we've ever had that likes to sleep on the bottom of the cage. All our other birds would sleep on a stick, like near the top.
Hmm.
And for whatever reason, we put newspaper on the bottom of the cage, to catch the poop. But instead, he makes it like into a tent almost, and he goes under the paper, and he sleeps under the paper. It's the weirdest thing. So maybe that's where it comes, that thing of wanting to be under things. Um, but anyway, but you know, when we leave in the middle of the day and we lock him up, he'll go right under the paper like and take a nap or go to sleep and stuff. And sometimes the paper's a little chewed up and everything, but you know, he's good. He climbs up ladders. You know, we have a thing when he has to go to sleep. Like he'll fly, like I'll say it's time to go to sleep, and he knows exactly what it means, and he'll fly to like a picture frame, you know, and I can't reach him, so I have to get a ladder to get him, and then we have a whole thing where he'll fly away, and then I'll make like I'm trying to get him, and he'll fly another place and another place until finally he goes on the ladder, and then you know, I can put him to sleep and everything. And he's also the first bird we ever had that likes his cage to be covered. Other birds didn't want him to be covered, but he likes his cage covered. And he talks a little. He talks a little. Like he'll say, "Who's a banana?" And he got "Who's from banana?" because I would say to him, "Do you want a banana?" when I would give him a banana in the morning, and "Who's a good boy?" And he mashed them together and now says, "Who's a banana?" But he also says "Who's a good boy?" and he'll say "Who's a pretty boy?" And he used to say Zygy, but now Zygy got messed up, and it's, you know, just a regular trip. You can't really make it out too much and stuff. But you know, whatever.
That's fascinating to me about how birds can talk. A lot of different birds, you know, it really is.
Yeah, you know, like and he's smart. He's smart. I think he, you know, maybe I'm, you know, putting human characteristics into him, but I think he knows a lot what we're saying to him, and he recognizes stuff. Like he knows when I'm putting on, you know, my shoes and stuff that he's going to be locked in the cage, and he kind of prepares himself for that, and he just like goes right in. He knows what's going to happen and everything. So he's smart. He's very smart. Here he is.
Well, he's very beautiful. Very,
Thank
very
you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
I like him a lot. I think we're going to talk about you now.
Okay.
So you can continue to hold him or let him go or do whatever he wants to do. But first of all, so like, we've never met. Where do you live?
New York City. New York City.
Oh, wow.
We met once on Zoom at Flapper's comedy audition. That's where we first met.
Yeah, but we haven't met. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm all the way over. I'm Seattle area, so we're vast opposite coast. But so if people want to find you, how can they find you? You know,
I guess
social media or.
Yeah, I'm not big on it, you know, whatever, but I'm on Facebook, and I have an email address. So, you know, everything is Zygy Susser, Zygy. I spell Zygy, Zygy, and Susser is Susser. So that's my Facebook, and my email would be zyggysusser@gmail.com. I have a Twitter account. I have an Instagram account, but I don't post anything on it. So I'm there. I have followers, but I don't post anything. So I guess I got to get into that. You know, I'm not very good at promoting myself.
Yeah, well, you know, I think, you know, a lot of like, you know, older people, you know, like us, we figured out Facebook, and then they just kept throwing more stuff at us, and it's like, I hardly ever use my Instagram and Twitter. I keep telling myself to get more active on it, but.
Right. At least I don't call it the Facebook. At least I'm better than that.
All right. So, you know, the show is Heavy Petting. So I always have to qualify for the young people who don't know what heavy petting means. But back in the day, heavy petting was like making out, maybe below the waist, maybe not, I don't know. But for the purposes of this show, we're going to incorporate romance, dating, love, sex, marriage, relationships, anything under that umbrella. So do you have a story that you could share with us about heavy petting of the human variety?
Yeah. You know, I guess one of the things that comes to mind is, you know, I got into sex very late in life. I don't know, very late, in my 20s. So I remember once being on a trip, like a cross-country trip. You know, it was mixed boys and girls. I was a teenager. I think I was a teenager. I don't know how old I was. Let's say 17, 18, I don't know. And we would sleep outside in tents or just out, you know, outside if it was a nice day, a nice night. And I got close to this woman, and you know, we were talking, and we had a lot in common. We especially bonded over the Peanuts cartoon show. You know, we loved the music, and we were talking about it over and over. And so she ended up putting her sleeping bag next to my sleeping bag, and I guess we opened up both sleeping bags and stuff like that. And we were making out, kissing a lot, and everything. And I got on top of her, and I was dry humping her, and she was into it. I was into it. I didn't know what the next step was.
Oh.
So we were dry humping for like, I think it was hours, you know, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know to open her. She didn't do anything to me. I mean, I think we were both, you know, new at this whole thing, and we were just kissing and dry humping hours on end. And finally, I, you know, just exhausted, and I got off of her and went to sleep, and she went to sleep, and she never spoke to me again the whole rest of the trip. And I'm, you know, I was embarrassed because I felt like I was letting her down, like she wanted to go further, but I didn't know what to do, you know. But you know, in thinking back, I'm wondering maybe she was embarrassed too. I don't know. And then I think, you know, gee whiz, you know, I knew so little that if I had known what to do, I could have gotten her pregnant for all I know. I didn't know about I didn't know anything. And so maybe it was lucky that it didn't go further than the dry humping, you know? And, you know, she was in a totally different state. And I don't even, you know, I wouldn't even know her name, you know, but I imagine, like, you know, 9 months later, you know, someone knocked on the door or something, you know, you got to marry my daughter, you know, you made a pregnant. Oh my God, you know, I didn't even know what I was doing. But anyway, so there was a very heavy petting, and that, you know, very frustrating heavy petting.
Well, that's interesting because, you know, kids today, they've got the internet and Pornhub, and, you know, like, we didn't see like naked people, and they're like, you know, maybe sometimes if we were out in the woods, we might stumble across a Playboy that someone had left there, you know, but we didn't see naked people. We didn't know. We only knew what we knew.
But even if we did, like, I never had, you know, sex education. My parents never told me anything, and I was like, you know, nothing. I knew nothing. You know, it's embarrassing, but you're like, a woman, you know, taught me about sex. You know, I didn't know what I was. You know, she had to teach me everything, which was fine. But whatever, it was, you know, you know, it took me a while to learn what to do and everything.
Well, that's sweet. Actually, it's a sweet story. Now, see, if I probably had stuff like that happen when I was young, and I would feel like, why didn't he want to have sex with me? It's like I would have never occurred to me that you really didn't know what you were doing. So,
you know, that's interesting. I never thought of that. What if she felt, you know, excuse me, I just lost. What if she felt that I rejected her? You know, I never thought about that. You know, so it's like missed connections, which maybe was better for us, but whatever. But that's the type of thing that stayed with me the rest of my life. You know, as a fantasy. You know, that's it. You know, weird things stay with you. The things that go wrong stay with you much longer than things that go right. You know. So anyway, remember more about things that didn't happen than things that happened.
Right.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
All right. Well, this has been a lot of fun.
Same here.
Yeah. Nice, quick and easy. Charlie cooperated with us. We got a good story. It's a success.
Good. Thank you very much.
Once I get it edited and everything, I'll tag you in. I'll tag you so much this week, you're going to be sick of me. I'll tell you that right now. So.
Don't worry about it. I'll be happy to hear from you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being flexible on your time and being here with me. And,
my pleasure. Thank you for being flexible also and doing this.
All right. All right. Have a good evening.
Nice to really meet you. Almost.
Yeah.
Take care. You too.
All right. Let's end. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
What's on her mind? She's a big girl in a skinny woman's world. Now she's a big girl in a skinny woman's world. Now she's a big girl, big girl, big girl, big girl.
现在应该不是。